I will attempt to create a couple of characters in this game that will resemble certain vocations, like jobs, that you might encounter in the Demon Cycle box. And basically, we'll see how good these character builds will fare in a dungeon crawling situation. Now, Demonologists, this is pretty much the most obvious choice. I mean, I guess I could come up with a character build inspired by the Demon Cycle that I wouldn't choose Demonologists for. I mean, Demonologist has a skill that you can unlock maybe on if you spend like 2 or 3 skill points in Demonologist. That basically creates a magical circle around you that protects you from, you know, incoming damage. And that's pretty much what the wards do in the Demon Cycle box. So, for instance, whenever, you know, travelers in the night have to camp out in the night, they surround themselves with these portable slates of wood that have these magical protective symbols on them, the wards. And basically, the demons, when they emerge from the ground at night, they can't penetrate this magical circle. So that's how they defend themselves from the demons at night. And that's literally what you can do at level 3, I think, of Demonologist. You cast this protective circle around you, and that pretty much protects you from, well, initially almost everything. Later on, when you meet more powerful enemies, maybe you need a little more than just that protective circle. But early on, this is a really good way to protect yourself. But it only applies until you stay in one place. So if you put this circle down and if you move, then the circle will be cancelled. So that's the trade-off. I suppose, well, just rely on the good old fire wand. I mean, using magical wands, that pretty much appears in the Demon Cycle too. Not straight away in the first book, because in the first book, people are mostly helpless against the demons. They can only protect themselves with these, just like as I say they're like magical wards on the ground, but these are teleporter platforms. Satanic displacement glyph, as they are called here. So yeah, in the first book, stuff is pretty desperate for humans in general. They can only protect themselves, but they cannot kill the demons. And they don't really fight them, so they just retreat to the cover of the wards in their homes, and they just hope that the magical symbols will, you know, last until the morning. But as the story progresses, you know, people find stuff that, I mean, more powerful wards that actually with which they actually have a chance of fighting demons. Again, no spoilers, but magical, like demon bone powered wards actually appear in the books at a later point. So it's not that far from. We are not too far from the books here. Okay, we have lockpicks. That will be useful for opening chests and doors. We have more powdered aluminum. Powdered aluminum is a strictly controlled substance in Darwin society. I wonder what they do with it. They are probably up to no good. Okay, let's throw a couple of boomerangs. Common cave raven. It said they like to rap at doors, but you're skeptical this one could manage a decent rhythm. Reference to Poe, obviously. No. Again, like I said, I wasn't what's the word? I wasn't exaggerating when I said that this game is all about references to stuff. And this is why it's awesome. But maybe I can... Well, I'm being cornered, so... Okay, no. There we go. I'm a meddling kid now. Let's see here. Road charge. You stop sticking the wand in your ear. This is good. You are starting to run out of ears. Well, let's just go for the Celestial Circle because we're doing Demon Cycle themed stuff here. Just for the sake of, you know, for what we worked for. Here is the Ward Circle. This is what you can use to protect yourself from quite a lot of different types of damage, as you can see. And it also heals you, so it's pretty much the best thing ever. I was thinking that I would create a build based on the Warden Man himself, which will be pretty interesting. It will be a lot different from this Herb Gatherer build. He's most well known for killing the demons with his bare hands, because he eventually in the first book he figures out a way. I'm trying not to spoil anything for you if you decide to actually read this series, if you haven't already. So so that's what he does. I mean, he also uses bows and, well, he has all sorts of different weaponry, but most of the time he just uses his bare hands because that's something that nobody can take from him, you know, his hands and feet. So he's always ready to fight the demons. He doesn't need to, you know, run to, you know, his armory to pick up his shield and spear and whatever. So we'll just go for unarmed combat now. What else should we do here? Artful Dodger sounds pretty good. I actually had a look at it before just to see what it actually gives you, and I liked it. It's very relatable to the, you know, the fighting style of the Warden Man in the books. What else? Should I go for archery? I mean, in the first book he used the bows a lot, so might as well. Let's have, okay, Artful Dodger, that's good. Oh, Psionics. No, not the Mind Probe. Psionics, actually, I had a look at this as well yesterday, and some of the skills that you can get in Psionics is pretty Warden Man-like, so I like that. We can go for that too. What else do we have? Laywalker. I think so, yes. I can't really explain how this relates to the books without spoiling much, but if you have read at least books 1 and 2, you will know what I mean. How you know, this ability of tapping into lines of invisible force in the ground or just in the air around you, how this whole thing is relatable. I mean, related to the Warden Man. So yeah, that's a good choice here. But yeah, so archaeology, that'll go nicely. And one last thing, well, yeah, has to be Demonologists. If anyone, the Warden Man has to be a Demonologist. There, okay. Our first piece of Lutefisk for the Lutefisk God. What's with the FlippyFloppies? I have already 1 and 2 more. I mean, I think the Warden Man wore sandals in the books, but come on, I have 3 now. The 4th FlippyFloppy, what even? This is like a weird subplot for one of the short stories. How the Warden Man found a bunch of FlippyFloppies in one of the ruins during his travels, and it became like a big mystery of how ancient Teasan culture used FlippyFloppies for some weird occult reason. Like maybe a bunch of cultists who actually revered the demons instead of, you know, being afraid of them. If the Herb Gatherer build was here, I could just use a flask and a mud vent to create a poison bottle, which has its use as a woodman's axe. And yeah, if I was a cutter, any of the cutters, Garrett, Wanda, or any other of their relatives, I would be very happy indeed for this nice find. Practical axe suitable for everyday hacking and hewing. So this is the capital Grand Sauron, and we have walked through a mine. Like not even sure, I think, yeah, it starts here. It's like a quarry. And it's a long tunnel that goes all the way over here, and I walked here, and this is where I last saved. So, and if everything that happens from here is just new. And as I say that, there's like a what is that? No. Okay, not a good situation. Mistress, we need to leave. Come with me. This is not cool. Okay, we have to fight this guy, do we? Okay, I'm just gonna put you down. Okay, it's flying. This is not cool. No, you keep your fire in your mouth. Whoa. Okay. Time to hang on to this beast if I can. Already? This is a pretty giant... Almost said something rude there. No. That's fine. That's fine. Lisha is not very resistant to this. I mean, not surprising, but I probably should do something cool here. Tenfold Fury. I'm not sure how this thing can even be brought down. Okay, it's angry. Let's run. I should probably help the mistress. I'm tired. There is stamina in this game as well. Okay. Sander is tanking this guy as much as it can, but... Oh boy. Okay. Please get up, mistress. I'm sorry, what? Okay, we need something stronger here.
Keep your distance, master. I am not myself.
Wait, Sander is possessed? Okay, that's... Wow, this is taking a wrong turn here. Well, it seems to work, but we're just not doing enough damage here. Maybe this is a... maybe I'm not supposed to be here? Okay, no. I mean, you're no demon, but you're just as good as one. If I had one of those warded shields with me, I mean, it wouldn't be true to Wanda's character, but if I had a shield that would turn demon fire to a cool breeze, that would make this situation a lot easier. Should I just... Oh. Ouch. Well... Okay, we got some flowers here. So you can do a bunch of herb gathering too in this game, if that's your thing. Pretty smart. Okay, she means the lake here. That's one of the things you are not capable of doing in this game. Swimming. Apparently the lakes are just full of water demons, which is fitting. If I try to enter the lake, hands would just come out and drag me into the lake. And of course there's the turban, the veil, which is currently not on his face, and the, I suppose, in this rendition of Jardir, this helmet could double as the crown of Kaji, I guess. And he has a shield and a spear. Let's just assume that this is not the spear of Kaji or the spear of Haman, as he later rebranded it, but more like a placeholder for it. Basically, this is what he uses to defeat human targets in this world. It was also a nice touch that you can actually choose a flag for your main character, and this flag reminds me a lot of how the flag of Kraja was described in the books. Like, I think it was two spears and a shield in front of them, or behind them, whichever. So that was a pretty nice touch. Okay, let's help these people. See, this is how you go. Pointy end goes in. Done. Done. You are blocked and stabbed. That was a miss, never mind. Oh, blocked, nice. Sounds like some archers are pursuing me. Let's get rid of some of this cavalry here. They are slaughtering my people. How dare you? How much grain do you need? I think 4 packs of grain will let us start the planting. Hopefully we can find charitable people to help us with the rest. Then I will go and find you the grain you need. Thank you, sir. We'll be praying for you night and day. That will not be necessary. Also, make sure it's Everam you pray to. Otherwise I will be back. Someone just left the Rodox. This just happens all the time. Oh, hello, battle. Fun times ahead. Glory for our Sharon. Okay, I'll just deliver this stuff for the Elder. And then we are going out and we're just going to spread the word of Everam to the lands of the Rodox. The Daylight War continues in Mountain Blade Warband. Let's see what sort of trouble we can cause here. What's going on here? Wait, who is fighting who here? I see yellow numbers. Oh, they ganged up on. I will help them. This is for honor, for glory, for being foolhardy, but we will attempt to help our friend in need. We do not leave our allies to die against overwhelming forces, as Jardir has demonstrated in the second book, when the which tribe was it? One of the smaller tribes was in a bad situation in the maze, and Jardir and his men rode in to save them, which they did. So this is kind of like that against, well, human targets, obviously. I cannot roleplay as Jardir and have him retreat from battle. It's just not him. I'm expecting that someone will shoot me in the back with an arrow here. Well, they actually cornered me. Not ideal. I should just ride. This is the corner of the map. This is why I can't really move. Yeah,